Glory to the Swarm, brothers and sisters. I'm your cult leader, Cheese, and today we have one of the first cult members and champion of the cause, Roxas, with us to explain how he's used the gospel and made it his own. He's going to teach me his version with a slightly different tech loadout and approach. So, Roxas, what brought you to the cult?
You did. So I think one day we were basically just talking about Rhino Wasp. You would hit me up in Discord, and then we just talk about how to make the build better, and then what you're doing, and then leading up to the Mechabellum Mini Masters 1, I asked you to teach me your version of Rhino Wasp, and then I guess that's when I officially really joined.
Yes, and it was quite interesting when first teaching you. I think one of your first games was against Zemp, and he didn't know what was happening. It was a really fun one.
Yeah, he had no idea what was happening. So that's probably the highest profile game of a win with the gospel, beating a 2400. I don't think it's always going to be that smooth, but especially nowadays where the gospel is more mainstream and people have shopped it to figure out what's a good counter. But the way I play it, it's designed to limit the types of counters they can do, because if you're right in the flank, then it gives you limited space to work with. So we're just expanding the battlefield to the entire board.
Okay. So, you still flank, but you like to, move around a bit more, right? So kind of a migrating herd of rhinos, or is it more focused with a singular unit, couple units? How do you normally go about it?
It just depends on what the enemy is building. So if they have 10,000 steel balls, then maybe I don't need to build as many rhinos. If I have jump drive, then I don't need to build as many rhinos, because I can just take the one rhino and then I can move it to any angle that I need it, instead of just building more and more rhinos. But I find jump drive is really important on wasps, because it's all about building the trap. So you've probably been in the situation where you play the gospel and the enemy is down to like 500 HP, but they're just getting more and more short up on the flank. So it just gets harder to break through. So what I do as a gut shot is I often just jump drive my wasps outside of the flank, and then maybe I sell like one of the rhinos I don't need anymore, just to get the extra cash, and then redeploy more rhinos, more wasps on the weakest part of their board, and then I just go for the attack there. Or optionally, you can go for the tower closest to their to the army that can kill your wasps, because that way you can just kill them while debuff is running.
Okay. And let's talk about the techs that you run. So you do run a slightly modified tech set. On the Wasp, you're running the 3 core techs, of course: range, anti-air, and ground spec. But you have changed out your final tech. You, instead of running shields, you said you run jump drive?
Yeah, I found jump drive is a little bit more flexible. I don't like to dig my heels into a losing position, like especially if they get ion beam on a crucial round, then my entire board is dead. Or if they get a whole bunch of missile strikes, then it just really slows down the tempo. But if I can move around constantly and then keep them confused, then it really helps keep the tempo of the game, gets them really low, and then you're never really caught in a situation you can't escape from.
Okay. And then what about the Rhino? Do you run similar techs on the Rhino, or do you have anything different there as well?
For a few weeks, instead of Photon, I was running Mech Rage, but I switched back to Photon because sometimes it's just inconvenient to build a bunch of Farseers with Photon. So I have Photon, Armor, Power Armor, and Explosion.
Really? Okay. Well, that's definitely something I remember that you taught me probably a few months ago, and we experimented with, and I really enjoyed it. But I remember it just really being difficult against smaller response boards. It was great when the opponent would go into giants, melters, and forts. But when there were a lot of Mustangs and smaller things that we would wind up losing the tanks, and I felt like the Wasps were dying too quickly. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how you do this.
So I don't know if the replay has my answer to that, but generally my answer is if I can get Typhoons off of the drop, then I'll put Typhoons there. That way they can chaff clear and be secondary tanks. Or I'll go for Wraiths, because Wraiths are just the best chaff clear in the arguably in the game, besides like really late game Titan stuff. But for mid game, it's definitely going to get the job done, especially if they try to do their own Wraiths to beat your Wasp. Then you can just meet them in a Wraith mirror.
Okay. Well, we're going to hop into this game here, and let's take a look at it. Okay, so we got Roxas here. It's offered Rhino spec.
You know it.
It's even a good one. Sabertooth, Crawler. Can't really complain about that. Did you think about any of the others?
I gave some thought to the other Saber spec just because it had chaff clear already. But I tend to go for Hounds just because I can choose to put Sweeper on them that cleans up any acid or fire.
Okay.
Then I also did think of maybe going for the aerial spec just because it can save me a little bit of money and make the Wasp better. But ultimately, I just went with Rhino spec.
It's a classic for a reason. So your opponent Towelie here went with the quick supply specialist. That's always a fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is your philosophy in the early rounds? I see here you're in an asymmetrical aggro formation. Is that your normal start?
Sometimes I position symmetrically, but I think asym is fine. If I don't have any good ideas, I'll just position asym. Like if I position symmetrically, it's because I think I'll get some sort of defensive advantage. Like if they had steel balls, then I can just draw them into the middle, and then they can't really take my towers too easily.
Okay. Well, here the asymmetry is working out for you pretty well. You're able to push in on the left side here, taking the tower, the storm callers, and looking pretty good in this first round.
Crawlers getting on top of the crawlers as well.
Yep. So first round goes to Roxas.
Yeah, and I think it's important that you drop them to 3,000 right away because it definitely puts some pressure on them.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing we did see is that the opponent did not use their quick supply last round. So I'm curious to see if they're going into some sort of giant play here.
Yeah. And so, when there's Wasp Swarm on the field, I find it important to play some sort of a defense. So I just go for late Mustangs because, Saber Mustang is already a type of comp. And so see here, he puts down 3 missiles, so that's like minus 150. Versus I have an asset that I can just have on the board forever.
Yep, I like it. And here your Wasp Swarm is going to get missiled, but you're going to get experience off of his. Now, he does have a crawler here in your back right corner, but this missile should take care of that for you.
Yeah, so like I can defend with just 1 missile versus 3 missiles, and even I even have some Wasp still surviving.
Yep. So this is going to be another round for the good guys. Should be anyway. Yep, missile takes out all the crawlers. Continue to make this push into the tower. These Wasps take that at a great time.
Yeah, like it seems simple, but it's something that I put a lot of effort into, is just how to have minimal resources that stretch into the long game efficiently. That way I'm not wasting a whole bunch of money on stuff that may never get used.
Yeah. No, this is definitely good food for thought, because it's something I struggle with too sometimes. I get so focused on what I'm doing, I will sometimes lose sight of what the opponent might be doing.
Oh, and here's the queue for the gospel, because right now it's round 3, and then next is the Rhino round. So we have an entry into the gospel.
Oh yeah, this is one of the best times to do it. Round 3 and getting the level 3 wasp drop. Now instead of going with double wasp, I see you've gone with a crawler here.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if he'd re-missile the area. I just wanted to be sure that I could defend, and then also want to get off another deploy and take my levels.
That makes sense. Press your advantage over here where you have it. Opponent's gone with the oil on the Phantom Rays. Will slow you down, keep you off the tower, but this back here will definitely help. These hounds back here will take care of those crawlers for you.
Yeah.
Let's see. You've not taken any upgrades yet, neither have they. Yeah. So, yep, definitely slows you down in the oil. They did not take armor though, so these Mustangs are slowly chipping away at them. This tower timing is going to determine if that's going to be a win or not. Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah, that one Mustang pack was actually pretty crucial, as you'll see in the next couple rounds. They just really chip away at the Phantom Race.
Yeah, that's fantastic right there. That tower timing allowed them to take out 2 of the Phantom Rays. And it looks like the third one's going to go down as well before the Wasps even get over there. That's great. Oh, no, just survives.
I mean, I guess it's fine because get some XP on the Wasp anyways.
Yep. So the Wasps are level 3.5. I bet those Mustangs had to have leveled after that.
Yeah, they get pretty reasonably level throughout the game. Like a late Mustang is just so good for defense.
Okay. So did you ever consider anything other than the additional deployment here?
Smoke bomb is always interesting,
Mhm.
but I think I don't think it matters because I'm kind of pushing in anyways.
Right. So you chose to skip. I'm assuming that's because you had a plan for your money. Looks like we've got range on the Wasp and the Rhino's already in the flank.
Yeah, I find with the Gospel, you're already tight for cash, so taking additional deploy is kind of brutal. And he already knew that I was going into the Gospel because it's someone who's familiar with it, so he preemptively builds the steel balls there.
Okay. Yeah, that is always the trick of it too, is when you know your opponent's familiar with what you're going to do. Do you ever consider moving around your front line? I know I've been playing with the offset formation, having a spot for a Rhino down here, and then just shifting everything up a little bit.
Well, at the time, I didn't know that he was familiar with it, but in retrospect, now I know who the player is because he told me. Like, if I knew, then I might have changed the game plan a little bit. But
Okay.
I mean, what you don't know, you don't know. You know?
Right. At this point, I just have to assume everyone knows who I am, and when they don't, it's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. And I thought I could assume that people know who I am and what I'm going to do, but I'm continuously proven wrong.
So these steel balls definitely cause some problems.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately it's fine because I got the extra wasps.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you normally stick to only 2 wasps, or do you deploy the full 3?
I'm okay with just the 2, but if I can get the full 3, then it's nice.
Okay.
But it depends on where I need deployments the most. Sometimes I need it in the front line just to apply more pressure.
That makes sense. You know, with spreading it around more, I can see that you may not want to fully commit to the flank if you're planning to be elsewhere later.
Yeah. Like, especially in this case where I could actually just be surrounding the steel balls pretty efficiently.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So opponent goes with a Wraith response and more steel balls.
Yeah. And I place my Rhino drop defensively because if he drops a Rhino near my Mustangs, then they're kind of done for. They're kind of toast.
Okay. And then we buy a Rhino and ground spec and another Wasp. Okay, coming straight from the front. I like that. This looks like it's your missile here, so that's going to take out these balls instead of these fangs, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's actually better if they take out the steel balls. And I didn't have enough for beacon, but I would have liked to beacon.
Right. Well, that missile worked out really well for us. This wasp was going to eat on the flank, but we're able to get in and save these level 3s, now level 4s.
Yeah, Whoop likes to call that the rocket missile, just a blind chaff clearing missile.
Mm-hmm. The Roxas missile. Yes, I've definitely subscribed to that newsletter. Call it a fan letter, even. I throw down a lot of Roxas missiles towards the end of games.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to be in front of the Rhino as soon as you deploy it, so it's better to just chaff clear and not worry about it.
Okay. So here we had forts offered. We had the birds that you took. What are you thinking here at this point? So you've seen the fort as a card. Are you concerned about it?
No, not really. It's like, I mean, unless he drops down 2 or 3 more with AA, I'm not super concerned.
Okay.
I already took ground spec, and then I have sabers on the field, so in theory, I could just start double shotting, or I can just get a melter.
Okay.
And I'd rather just take out the wraiths because I assume that he's going to commit more to wraiths.
Yeah. Now, his wraith is a little close here. It's technically out of range right now, but without having range itself, it has to come in a little bit closer, and it's going to wind up getting targeted down. Now, with the forts, do you ever get concerned when you see 2 level 1 forts?
If it happens really early, then yeah. But
Okay.
right now it's already around 6, and I already have a level 4 wasp, 2 level 2s. I have other threats on the board, so I think it's a little bit late for the level 1 forts unless they just really double down on it.
Okay. Well, I like the way this is looking. The opponent's taken range and bought another wraith. Looks like we've got our birds here. Taking AA, throwing down defensive wasp swarms, lone and speed.
Yeah, I also surrounded the front rhino with 2 crawlers just because I noticed that there was the steel balls there, and then
there's the beacon,
the anti-missile.
Yes.
Yeah, with the beacon, I also put it in 2 halves because sometimes if you make it 1 long beacon, then they get stuck. But if you put in 2 halves, then they just keep moving towards the target.
Yeah, so that is an important note with the beacons, is that if there are any units that are in the path of the beacon in either leg, it will stop the units from moving forward. But if you manage to make that first leg short enough that no units get into it, the units will go through the entire first leg before having to stop to clear whatever's in the path.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a really nice round. Ooh, that was game.
GG.
Man. All right, so let's review this. So I think the opponent's biggest mistake was not committing harder to the defense. This Phoenix here as an intermediary is an interesting choice. Were you thinking just to absorb a couple of shots from the Wraith, or hoping it would warp in and hit the Wraith?
I just wanted to warp in and hit the Wraith.
Okay.
Like, I just want extra DPS just in case it doesn't go down so easily to the Wasp, because I expected them to drop down 2 more Wraiths with 8 gun, and I just wanted a little bit of extra beef to try and take it down.
Okay. I'm not sure if they would have survived if there was 8 gun on the Wraiths as well, but maybe not this round anyway.
If they had 8 gun, then definitely not this round.
Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. Let's say that he does take 8 gun and puts this Wraith over here and manages to shut you down. You've now got 2 range 8 gun Wraiths facing your flank. Is that when you consider hitting jump drive?
Depends how much HP I have the next round, because my instinct would be more to sell my blue saber and then put down 2 blue wasps and a blue rhino, and then hit that weak tower, and then just make sure that I debuff them so that when I do fight the 8 gun wraiths, they all go down to the wasps.
I do like that. There is a open door here to send a beacon through. So I like that idea, especially the Roxas missile to take out these fangs.
Yeah. I can't tell from the angle, but I think it would hit the fangs instead of the. Yeah, okay, yeah, so it would hit the fangs
Yep.
instead of the phantom rays.
Yes.
I don't mind hitting the phantom rays either, though. They're kind of annoying. They're one of the
Right.
only AA threats, really. Well, as they're the only AA threat on that side, especially.
All right. Well, that was a very interesting game. Not a lot of jumping around. I know that you are a big fan of the beacon, or not beacon. You're a big fan of the redeployment spell. I am too, but you know, I mean, I feel like I'm a novice using that spell when I watch you use it. Oh yeah, that's what I've been trying to do the whole time, and I like 5 spaces off every time.
Yeah, there wasn't really a purpose to jumping in this game in particular, just because I don't think he really did anything in the flank.
Right.
Like if there's an important spell or he was really shoring up defense on that side, then I would have been more likely to jump.
Okay.
But he just has so many holes in his defense right now that I could just exploit that.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think if he had sold this and committed to a stronger response, we might have had more trouble. But you know, you definitely had him spread in many different directions here.
Yeah, like there's still that whole other side that's not being gospeled. So I can go from the front, I can go from the flank, I could go from the middle and then just cut to the tower. Like there's at least those three angles that I could exploit. Not to mention both corners of my board, so I could put them in front of the hounds, or I could put them uh, just to the right of the anti-missile, uh, like put it in that corner, and then start to hit the steel balls right away, get the extra wraith, and then get the tower, and then just collapse on anything that's over there. So I guess the fort and the
Would you normally overload one side, do you think, here? Let's say there's another wraith, right? Would you try to just throw more into the face of it, or would you at that point probably try to hit this tower like you're talking about before?
If I am trying to overload on that side, then that's one situation where I would jump just because, like, let's imagine that instead of taking the fort, he has 5 wraiths in that corner or like on that side of the board.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, it's important to kill the wraiths while there's a debuff. So instead of leaving my wasp to die back there or to put them on the far side where they're quote unquote safe,
Okay.
what I noticed is if you put them on the saber side of the board, after debuff is over, then they still have 5 wraiths that you need to kill, and they will kill you. So it's better to just overload on the wraith side, take the tower right away, and then fight them so that you can kill them immediately.
Yeah, that's something I like doing when they're stuck back here, when they have all of their heavy hitters in the far back. If you're able to get out and take the tower first, and then
Yeah,
they just evaporate.
yeah, because even without the wasps being in the flank, they're still being distracted. There's still a rhino, there's still 2 wasps, and I could jump the bird out just so that it helps with the frontal attack. And then eventually everything that they have in that corner will die.
All right. Well, enough talking about it. Let's be about it. All right, so we're doing a live game, and Roxas is going to coach me on his style of the gospel. So, Roxas, I'm thinking speed specialist here. I haven't even looked at the units yet.
Um, if it's storms, then I don't love speed specialist. I'd rather have amp spec or missile spec. So I'd
Okay.
probably go for missile spec just because it has natural chaff there,
Okay.
and that way you don't need to build any more on the home board.
All right. So, how are you normally setting this up?
So because he has saber, I'm going to play more defensively. I'm going to put the storms in the middle, 5 spaces from the inside of the tower, and then yeah, same thing on the other side. And then 1 hound and dead center on the logo, and then
Oh, okay, back here.
2 yeah, and then 2. I like to put them touching the tower on the inside,
Okay.
Yeah, and then same there. And then 2 crawlers just right behind the tower horizontally.
I'm really
Oh,
glad there's an undo button these days.
yeah, that would have been awkward.
Horizontally, you said?
Yeah,
So like this?
pretty much. I put them flush in this formation, but I don't think it makes a huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I
I
do
like to
it
make sandwiches.
one square over on the other positions, but for some reason, when there's hounds on the tower, it just looks neater.
Yeah, I like to make the sandwiches where I got them sticking out on the side, and then we have to worry about, missile spec. But we are missile spec, so let's see what happens here.
Oh wow, he went way back,
Yeah.
and he went for an early Mustang. I can't help but think that's just a mistake.
Yeah. Well, maybe he saw the name. This is the Rhino Wasp Cult Leader account.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, this is a game where we could probably technically not build Rhino Wasp, but we're gonna build it anyways.
Well, of
We'll probably
course.
start with more of the rhinos or
Okay.
just crawlers. Actually, we could probably just start off with a crawler and a hound flank, and then we'll just use that as the flank chaff clear.
All right. Nice first round for us.
Yeah, pretty simple. Um, we might as well. Oh, firepower. That's really good.
You want the firepower?
Firepower or heavy armor, either one.
Well, if we're going
I
heavier into
personally
rhinos,
prefer. Uh, I don't know, I generally favor damage so that I can kill more things
okay.
because I think we won't have a tank problem. I think we'll have a damage problem if they
So you
build
said you
something
wanted
crazy.
a hound and a crawler in the flank? Back here or over here?
Over there and then missile that Mustang.
Oh, yep. Gotcha. That's not a missile. There we go.
Yeah, perfect. It's not going to move forward just
Right.
because you have the
Yep.
flank there.
Yeah. All right. And then, do you want another pack of chaff? Do you want to use the other missile?
Just save the other missile and then get another. Unlock fangs, I guess, just so we have something that shoots up, and then just like one fang positioned behind the hounds, just so they don't get pulled over.
Like right here?
No, I put it like behind tower,
Okay.
but like I
But
mean,
like,
that's fine. Like I usually put it like right there so that they don't get pulled to the flank,
gotcha. Okay. And
and
save
then
the fire
save
control?
that for a wasp. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, we're chilling. It's fine. It's fine.
I think we're going to win the flank.
Yep, it's one.
Didn't even have to warp in. So really, you were more concerned about the units than about the benefits of speed. I love speed spec so much. I think that's probably one of my problems. Is I love Rhino spec. I love speed spec, and it's hard to not take them when they're offered.
Yeah, I take speed spec if the pack aligns with it. I think it's units first, then the specialist, because you need to be able to have a smooth transition to late game.
Hey,
Oh, there's the wasp. Okay, well, we just got to take it then, right?
okay, where do you want it?
Just put it in the flank right next to the hounds.
Is that right there?
Yeah, and then we can start building our first rhino.
Level 1 or level 2?
Level 1, just because we want to get the poison.
Fair enough. It hurts me a little bit. On the line or
Yeah,
back?
let's put it on the line. Let's go for firepower there. Levels on the hounds.
Both of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
because in case he builds crawlers or something, and then I guess one more crawler just to keep that safe. Because next time we're gonna be warping in another wasp, and we just want everything nice and protected.
Do you want to leave any space here or just stick it right against the rhino?
I don't think it ultimately matters. I think it's all fine.
Okay.
And then just missile the other Mustangs.
Yeah. Get rid of that item. You want to use this last 50 for anything?
No, I think it's important to just save the money.
All right. Ooh, he takes the wasp as well. That's pretty good for us.
Very good.
So we're taking range next turn, I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what... I didn't get to it in time. We'll have to see what techs he's running.
Okay, so he took AA, which is really... AM, I should say, which is really nice.
Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, it just slows down his entire build. But I guess I can see why. He's more concerned about the Stormcallers than
Right.
about the possible threats in the flank because he hasn't really studied this type of playbook.
That makes sense.
I'd go underground threat and then just put it right on top of his Mustangs in the flank there.
This one?
No, on the attacking
Okay.
side. Yeah, just get right on top of him.
Okay.
Ranged on the wasps and armor on the rhino. One more wasp, one more crawler.
Any space or just pack
I
'em
would
in?
space it where the future crawlers are going to be. So just do like the 3 space so that we could put a rhino in the gap.
So, I mean, if we go 4 spaces, we technically leave room for a giant, too.
That could be useful.
Yeah. So you want to leave room for a rhino here as well?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
And then just unlock something, I guess. Probably unlocking steel balls could be useful.
Yeah, I was thinking steel balls or Mustangs are normally the ones I'll grab. Or
Yeah,
sledges
one of
if I
the
think I need them.
yeah, I think either one would be fine.
Yeah. So, okay,
Whoa,
that is an overlord. Okay.
that is
That's... could be problematic.
no, it definitely won't be.
Well, not yet.
I think even late game it won't be a problem. Like we're just gonna take AA, we're gonna build more chaff clear, and we're just gonna start cleaning them up.
No, I agree.
I mean, arguably we don't necessarily need chaff clear, but actually I guess there's still a lot coming to our side of the board there. All right, wonderful.
It's a nice win for us.
It's okay. Just a couple hundred HP.
I mean, it's a
Just a little bit.
transition round and we're still taking it, so I consider that pretty
Yeah.
good.
Oh, do you have armor on arc lights?
No.
No, you don't. Okay, that's a shame. Um, I think Phantom Ray is fine. Yeah, okay, we're gonna attack from the front with the Phantom Rays.
Okay.
Okay, so put them 3 spaces from the corner,
Right on the line?
3 spaces from the line. It's like right in the corner, but 3 spaces from it.
Gotcha.
And then we may as well just stack them so like one in front of the other. And then grab the level on the on that one. Level up the hound, and then one. I meant in base, but that's also important. Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess all the hound levels.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well take out those wasps. They're pretty annoying. How much money do we have?
We have 700.
How much does it cost? It's gonna be 400. Okay, so let's go for AA. Let's take a tower level, and then let's just build anything. Just 2 crawlers, I guess, just because we're running out of time. Sure.
Just extra pressure here from the corner.
Yeah, it works for me. Whoa.
He takes the balls, that makes sense. Probably should have bought the beacon.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna start selling out of the Stormcallers, I think.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll sell probably this right storm caller or the left. We'll sell the left one. It's not going to be doing as much, I don't think. Yeah, it hasn't even hit anything
definitely.
yet. Neither one of them are doing anything.
Yeah. Okay, so the Phantom Rays were pretty useful.
Yeah, they got distracted, but they managed to help out over there, and the AA on the Wasp definitely helped. They're doing a good job of tanking these Mustangs, though, to let the Wasps kill. But yeah, we need to start punching a little bit harder here.
Yeah, okay, so now we're going to go for a level 2 Rhino in the front, and we're also going to missile out that right side Mustang pack, just because it's getting annoying.
Mass-produced Wraith or skip?
I'll just skip.
Yeah, alright.
It's all, like, low tempo.
So we're going to
so sell the Storm.
Yep.
Kill that Firepower Mustang.
Alright.
And actually, let's set up the flank on that. No, we don't have time for that. Level 2 Rhino in the front corner, in front of the Phantom Rays.
Beacon?
Beacon, definitely. Temp speed.
We got 800
level on the Wasp.
Yep.
Anti-missile, so that we don't get hit there. 1 missile, just to clear. And let's go with one more Rhino in the
here, over here.
Let's go with the Rhino in the corner there, actually, so that maybe it takes tower.
Okay.
Like in the flank corner.
Like back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
+1 attack and defense, I guess, might as well.
Yep.
Missile.
Do you want another missile, like right here?
Yeah.
Too late.
Oh,
whatever.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah, this is why we anti-missile.
Yep. Why? I don't see what possibly could have happened there that was important that you thought would need to be anti-missiled for. Yeah. I love this level 2 Rhino over here. He's just like, oh, hi, level 1 steel balls.
Yeah. Just pretty clutch over there.
Yeah. So yeah, this level 1 Rhino over here is definitely a weak spot for us. But it's doing the job. It's holding them up long enough, and we're hitting from the front. So we've got him scrambling at this point.
Okay. This is actually one situation where jump. Let's redeploy a Rhino, I guess.
This guy?
Yeah, might as well, right? We're going to attack everything from the front.
Okay.
Replace that Rhino with a crawler, just to distract him because he's going to do something there. We're just going to dogpile on the left side.
You want this guy over on the left as well? You want to leave him over here?
Put him on the left. Yeah, we're just going to dogpile. This is actually a good time to jump. So we're going to jump all the wasps over. And then just put them on that attack. Bar range speed.
Gotta get the ones that we don't care about as much in front.
Level 2 wasps. So yeah, just sell the other storm. Oil his right side so he doesn't get in as quick. And missile the crap out of him. Or missile him once, I suppose.
Well, that's the crap. Let's fix this beacon, though. So we want to get the rhinos in here specifically.
Yes, definitely.
And then the wasps can clean up with the rays. Yeah, that'll work.
Whoa.
Well,
Interesting.
that was a choice.
He made a choice. It's certainly a move.
Surprise.
Goodbye.
Well, I like this. Killing that Wraith under the tower debuff, even with the photon. Good example of what
Yeah.
you were just talking about.
Yep.
Uh,
Like this is just like pretty like we didn't need to do this, but I thought it was a good time to demonstrate when a good time to jump would be.
yeah. So this oil holds him up, and this push over here knocks him down.
Yeah, just complete destruction.
Okay. So if we look at this again, yeah, obviously it was not a close game here. Not to take anything away from the guy, but
He had some ideas.
yeah, he did. Very disjointed defense, but I think this is a good example. You know, a lot of the cult members are in the lower MMR brackets. They're going to be seeing all kinds of different defenses. Having another option of ways to deal with that and other ways to attack that are not just the standard gospel that I proselytize on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's great. You know, I think it's good for other people to see it. You know, it can be difficult to grasp because, you know, it is so simple and it is so stupid and it shouldn't work. And then it does, and it's like, how is this working?
Yeah, why is this working? And when is Barrelite gonna remove this comp? Like, there's a lot of complaints like, oh, there's no counter to Wasp. It's so stupid. They level so quick.
The levels, I think, you know, if those get nerfed, that'll definitely hurt the gospel. You know, I think if ground spec gets nerfed, it would also cause a problem.
Yeah.
You know, if AA went away, we would be in a lot of trouble against Wraiths.
Yeah, literally every single part of it is important. So if it is dropped by even 5%, then it's going to be noticeable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you notice, improved Wasp, you know, it was the scourge of season 3, and it's almost not even picked in season 4 these days.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's just not good enough.
Yeah, that 10 range was enough to take it out of the S tier and back to the A tier, at least in the eyes of other folks. I still love it. You know, getting improved Wasps is always fun. I really miss running Elite Marksman when I get improved Wasp, but, you know, I'll take ground spec any day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think this was a good game. I think it was a pretty good demonstration of when jump drive is useful and how to move the rhinos around if you ever get the redeploy button.
Yeah, I mean, this was great for a knockout punch because we had him focused entirely in the back left corner. We had just introduced a new problem in the back right corner, and he had to answer both of those. And we were able to press this jump drive tech, get off the flank, use the redeploy to get this rhino over here, and we largely just came in unimpeded. You know, this level 1 rhino is dealing 30,000 damage, but this rhino down here has 63,000 health, so not a huge threat to either of them.
Yeah, he really just did a little bit of chaff clear, but at most he got one crawler, or one pack of crawlers worth of damage there.
Yeah.
And then he just took tower, killed everything.
Yeah, and that was really fun to watch. Everything comes in, tower goes down, everything in the back, even under photon, didn't stand a chance.
Yeah. Was there a photon drop, or did he took photon on the boat?
He took boton, yep.
Okay. I mean, definitely not the play, but
no, I would agree. I don't think the boat was the right choice. I think he needed something to answer the rhinos and something to answer the wasps. And he finally matched the chaff, but at that point he had painted himself into this corner.
Yeah. Like he's very committed into that corner, but we can just jump and then uh, fight on our terms instead of his. Like we like if you're ever in a bad situation, then you can basically renegotiate the terms of the battle. Like we're gonna fight over here, so you can have that spot now, and then it changes the whole um, sort of paradigm of the situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the pressure from multiple sides is also pretty nice. I also liked the tower level and the oil, even though I don't know how relevant it was ultimately, but I think slowing down any dangerous spots were really helpful. And just making him melt his brain a little bit, just get his mind thinking about stuff he just saw instead of what's about to happen.
That is a good way to look at it. When you are in all these different spots, you are. I like to think of it as sowing chaos and then exploiting their mistakes because there are no right answers to answer it. But this was very methodical. You broke them down. You're like, hey, all right, go left, go right. Oh, we're left again, but we're not quite left.
Yeah,
Reminds me of the well, geez, it's an old movie now, but I remember seeing it in the theaters with my wife. Just showing my age a little bit. Lucky Number 11 with the Kansas City
great movie,
Shuffle.
by the way. Great movie.
I love that movie. So much fun.
Yeah.
But when they look left, you go right, and I don't know what do you call this style of play? I know we were trying to spitball it the other day. Have you come up with anything good?
I still kind of like the idea of shell game, or I actually used to play three card Monty. I was actually a bit of a hustler. Like I would do this at parties, and then I'd make a little bit of side cash when I was a teenager. So I don't know. I like to think it's you're sort of hustling the guy, um, but I don't really have a good name for it. Like shell game is probably good enough for now. Or
Okay, the Roxas hustle.
the Rhino shuffle, maybe.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll have to definitely workshop a name for this because it is a fun style and it is a nice, fun way to mix in, and especially if people are expecting a standard gospel game, being able to break out a bit of a surprise. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get a chance to use the final blitz ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, there were just there wasn't enough time. We're doing enough player damage to end the game.
Yeah, and he
So
doesn't
I
have
mean,
anything that's worth clicking the button on.
yeah, I mean, I think if there was something we could click it on, it's redeploy the rhinos to the saber tooths and then kill the tower at the same time.
Okay. Come around the oil here and have them die right on top of the
Yeah,
tower.
I think optimally though in this situation, I would redeploy to sort of the center left of the board, just
Okay.
in that space right there. Because like now he's going to expect us to be in that spot there where you just were. Now we move everything to the right a little bit, and then we just take it from a different angle. And then I don't think I can draw it. So like yeah, just like going from that angle exactly.
Yep. Just straight up next to the oil and then take a 45-degree right into the tower. Use a
Yep.
missile here for these fangs. Maybe another one
Yeah.
for these.
Another anti missile, and then
Mm-hmm.
get right on top of his anti air right away while the debuff is up.
Yeah, and then they still get to deal with another Rhino and 2 packs of Phantom Rays coming from the corner, even if they do somehow manage to stop that.
Yeah, definitely.
I
And
like it.
I think the only way to stop that situation would be maybe steel balls and maybe not even steel balls. I think it's actually too late to stop an attack like that, but I'm probably missing some interesting defensive resource like I don't know, uh, like a sudden triple tech wraith maybe. Like level two, and just get two of them. I think that's too much though. Like maybe like a
Yeah,
double tech wraith.
not on
Sell
levels,
the
or
sell.
not on round 7, I don't think. But
Yeah, sell the boat and then get level 2 ranged wraiths maybe with the
yeah,
steel ball.
instead of getting the photon.
Yeah, I think the boat was just such an expensive waste of money. Like it's a waste to deploy, waste of money, and it didn't even make a difference when it did come online with the photon. And the wraith is also way too close to the line.
Yeah, that wraith
Like,
would have been deleted had we left the wasp there.
yeah,
All right, so I got a
but
question for you. You
yep,
saw that oil just disappear, right?
yes, it times out eventually.
Okay. I have never seen that. I've never stuck around to replay long enough to notice that. Apparently, that's
Yeah, I dissect my replays a lot, so I see that happen from time to time.
okay. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you taking some time to share your style, go through the replay, and coach me in a game.
Yeah, of course. It was a ton of fun being on, and thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. For all you cultists out there, give me a glory to the swarm in the comments. I'm your cult leader, Cheese. See you in the next one.